I don't know if you've realized this or not, but we're on a really small boat. I know there's some smaller out there, but really 34 feet for 2 people. Ooh, it's actually quite a bit of room until you can't stand each other anymore. And that happens every once in a while, and you deal with it and figure out how to deal with it. And there's all kinds of different ways. But we have avoided throwing each other overboard, which is probably a good thing. The one thing I worry about our boat, or kind of wish that maybe we would have thought of this a little bit more in depth before we bought it, was having people to visit. People coming to visit, and whether they have their space or not, how much space people really need. Everybody's a little different, right? And we found out a lot about ourselves with being in such a close space. I mean, we've been together longer than we have not been together. Like, we got married when we were 19 and 18, and now we're much older than that and have been with each other longer than we have our own families. So we should know how to get along. Sometimes it's hard. But anyway, we, over the next 10 days, are going to try out having a third person on this boat. The pillows are out still because we use those out in the cockpit as well as in here just for extra cushion. These cushions are kind of wore out. Not the quarter berth. It's hardly been used, so it still is like really supportive and comfortable. But the settee that we sit on all the time is very degraded a little bit. We really should have changed that when we recovered everything, but we thought that they were probably okay. But now that we've sat on them for 1.5 years, your butt literally goes numb after you've been on it for too long. So one, that's okay because it gets us up and moving, so we're not just sitting like sea slugs all the time. But bad because it's not really comfortable. Our cushion over here, the other settee cushion, it's pretty comfortable because nobody's ever sat on it because it's actually uncomfortable to sit on. So the cushion is in really good shape, and it used to be the sea berth, but there's not a lot of humans that I can barely fit on that. So I don't know, that's not really a great sea berth for us. You know, I've got a few random things that I'm gonna have to find a place for. This will be interesting. We have no door on our head because we needed the extra room to put in the triangle for the V-berth. I do have my old curtains that we will hang up so that we have some privacy if we need to. And we all know that we are going to smell and hear and all of that every time anyone tries to do anything. And it's just part of the business around here. So if we can pass that test, then we are going to be able to do this. It's going to be an interesting time, but we're looking forward to it. So here we go. Woohoo!
We just out here in Araya catching some 10 to 17 foot waves in the Sea of Cortez, trying to catch some pescados. And that's how we roll, and we're sailing, baby. Just got wet.
boat out here. Double reef. Probably blowing mid-20s. Maybe gusts almost to 30, we're not sure. The waves are pretty good. That's rough.
He's got 2 thumbs, it's not a bitch. Well, I'm a little one.
Bottom now with the light behind us. It's really pretty here. I like this cove. The geology is awesome. Like, this is random, just black rock right in the middle of everything. Just bloop, right there. Moss growing on everything, and the sound of the water, and the water echoing in the caves nearby. I want to come back.
See anything?
See a sergeant major there. Oops, a bunch of them.
This is definitely the clearest water we've ever had in the Sea of Cortez.
A bunch right there.
We can see 30 feet maybe, which is amazing for this area. And you can clearly see a clear 30 feet. We can see the fish down there. I believe that this is one of Jessica's favorite pastimes, just to drift in the dinghy in clear water and check out the fish and the reef and the rocks and the coral and anything she can find.
There's a starfish down there. I can see a starfish all the way down there. This is so awesome. It reminds me a little bit of like being in the BVI or Thailand where you can actually see the bottom. Let's see. I don't know where it went. Crystal clear water, it seems. We're gonna take off and go snorkeling. Oh, that was so pretty. It's the best snorkeling we've had. There are so many different fish. And I am freezing though. The water's still only 70 degrees and it's cold in some spots. So we're gonna go warm up and yeah, and then we'll talk about it more.
What's up?
How's your snorkel?
Snorkel's great, water's cold, hands are white, baby.
Pretty good snorkel. It's not quite as cold as they're making it out to be, but it was chilly. Good fish. They're freezing to death. It's like borderline hypothermia, it sounds like, as much as bad as they're making it out to be. Are you cold?
Check out his hands.
Jess? Yeah. But are you cold?
Yes, actually I am cold, but I'm warming up really quickly when I dry off and stay in the sun. So I'm not gonna die of hypothermia, and I liked it. It was really fun. We had a lot of fun, a lot of fish. I loved it, but I'm freezing.